Welcome to Gardening with Ben, the podcast where we dig into the soil of our gardens and the depths of our green thumbs. I'm your host Ben, here to guide you through the joys of gardening from sowing seeds to reaping bountiful harvests. Each episode will explore tips, tricks and tales from the garden and allotment, sharing insights from ourselves and stories from our own back garden adventures. Whether you're a seasoned gardener or just getting your hands dirty for the first time, there's something here for everyone. So grab your brew and gardening gloves and let's get growing with Gardening with Ben. Hello garden enthusiasts and welcome to Weekend Gardening, the podcast where we dig deep into the soil of our green and blooming world. I'm your host, Gardening with Ben, here to cultivate your passion for all things gardening, from the tiniest of terraces to the grandest of greenhouses and allotments. Every episode, we'll explore tips and tricks to make your garden thrive, share stories from fellow gardeners and answer your burning horticultural questions. Whether you're a seasoned green thumb or just starting to plant your first seedlings, there's something here for everyone. So grab your gardening gloves and let's get our hands dirty. Well, welcome back to a brand new gardening episode with Gardening with Ben. It's been a few days since our last podcast, but we're here with a brand new episode. And guess what? It's Friday, so the weekend is finally here. And what a week we've had. I don't think it's got above zero where I am in temperature. It's been absolutely freezing cold. So cold, it's been frosty all the time, it's been icy. And today was my first day off work, so I thought I'm going to go down to the allotment and go and have a look and see if I can actually do anything. And guess what? I got down there, I couldn't do a single thing as the ground is rock hard and it was all frozen over and icy. But I popped down for 10 minutes or so, but at least it got me out of the house, which was the main thing. And yeah, I just don't like being stuck in the house all the time. So it's nice to just go outside and be in the fresh air for a bit. So we enjoyed a bit of peace and quiet down there. So what's happening down at the allotment at the moment? Well, I went down and it was all frosty and iced over. I was looking at my rhubarb and my rhubarb had all died again. It were all doing really well. It was shooting up really good, but obviously this cold weather and frost has killed it off again and it'll have gone back into hibernation, which happens all the time, and it had started growing too early. It wasn't time for the rhubarb to be growing at this time of year. So it doesn't matter that it's died off again. You don't usually start growing properly till March, April time. So I'm not too fussed that it's died off and withered back again. So what's our plans for the allotment this weekend? Well, looking at the weather forecast, it's going to turn back into double digits again, the temperature. So it's looking about 13 degrees on Sunday, but there is a storm forecast as well. So we've got to keep an eye on that. But I'm hoping to get down to the plot tomorrow and start working on resorting all my beds out and getting them all ready for this year, as we're middle of January now, so I've got plenty of time to get all my plot tidied and sorted. We've still got plenty of time to get that done. We're well on track for that. But I'm going to be digging up all my old beds. I'm going to be moving all my paths, resorting out all my edging and everything like that. So it's quite a big job, which I'm hoping to get done. But once it's all done and sorted, it should look absolutely fantastic. So I can't wait to share the photos with you on that. And if you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you head over there now and give me a follow called Gardening with Ben and come and say hello. It's always good to hear from new people and new followers. So we're going to be doing that. And just as I've been thinking about it, actually, I need to pop over to the shops and get some birdseed, as all my birdseed had gone from my bird feeders, because obviously, like I say, the ground is frozen up at the moment, so it's hard for the birds to get their seeds and the protein and the fat, what they need to keep them going through the winter time. So we need to go to the supermarket and get some seed for them to keep them filled up. because I love looking after the birds. It's great to see the birds down there. Yes, it does attract the rats and everything like that, but I do like to see the birds down there and attract the blue tits, the robins, the sparrows, the finch. But yeah, we'll have to see if we can get some blue tits in our blue tit boxes again. That's the key thing to try this year. And one of my other jobs this weekend is that one of the ones what I was hoping to do last week was to sow all my peppers. I need to get my peppers sown. If you could see what my tomato plants look like now, they look absolutely fantastic. They're getting nice and taller. We just need them to start getting the second leaves on the true leaves, as obviously the first ones aren't the proper leaves. But we need them to start getting the proper leaves on now and start thickening up a bit. I keep turning them around every day so that they don't get too laggy and grow too bad. Um, but yeah, we need to get all those peppers planted this weekend. And I've got my normal size peppers, and then I've got my bite-sized peppers, which are really tiny peppers, which do look nice. I bought them from Tesco and took all the seeds out and soon dried all them out. So if we can get all them planted tomorrow, that's another job well done. And it's all coming on good. I've got a lot of good plans this year for my allotment, and we've got as melons to try and grow as well. We're going to try and grow some melons down at the allotment again this year. We're going to give them a good try. Now that I've sorted out all my shed and everything, it should be a lot warmer in the summer, and we should get some really warm temperature in there. Because obviously melons do like the warmth to get growing nice and well. And same goes for peppers. Peppers need the warm weather. But the tomatoes, the small cherry tomatoes, can be grown outside. They're fine. The beef ones, I'm going to be growing them indoors. Those are the ones that I have got started from seed at the moment. I wanted to start them off a bit earlier so that we can get lots and lots of beef tomatoes off them, because it will take a while to ripen them once they're obviously bigger tomatoes. Uh, but yeah, we're going to give it a try this year. We're going to get some good varieties of stuff growing and a few new things what I've not tried growing before, which I'm certainly looking forward to showing you all and letting you see how well we can grow stuff. And I wouldn't class myself as a professional gardener. I'm still an amateur, even though I've been doing allotmenting for about 20 years now. I'm still learning every single day. There's new things to learn, new stuff that I see in magazines all the time. And yeah, I enjoy it. I enjoy trying all the new things out and different things to try from the allotment. So I will be sharing it with you all. And this episode basically was just a little catch up and to get that episode out there, because I know people do love them. And if you're new to these podcasts, make sure you do give us a follow. Make sure you do subscribe to the podcast so that you get notifications when new podcasts come up. And we're going to be getting a lot of episodes out this year. I'm going to aim for 200 episodes in a year. So that is a big target. And it can be tricky to record some of these episodes because obviously I do live a busy lifestyle with the allotment and work and blogging for you all. But we're going to try and get 200 episodes out this year. And if we manage that, I'll be a happy lad. But each episode we wanted to grow a little bit more, get a few more followers. And it's good to see how much people are supporting these podcasts and enjoying them. And I do appreciate the support on them. And I love sharing my allotment journey with you all and my gardening journey. I love seeing that you can see what I'm up to down at my allotment, my successes, my failures, and I'm always one for telling you all my failures. I don't mind. I'm not one of these gardeners that will tie a pumpkin to a plant just to pretend that I've grown it and stuff like that. I show you how things are, how real it is, and how many failures you can have. And if you have failures, it's just a case of keep trying. Just keep trying and doing it again until you have success. Some years you can do really well with crops. Year after, you might do absolutely rubbish and wonder why I've done rubbish when I've done exactly the same. But that's how gardening goes. You have your successes, you have your failures, and yeah, it's pretty much like that a lot of the time. So it's a case of my motto in life, what I always say at the end of my podcast, which is keep smiling, keep shining, and keep gardening with Ben. because you do need to keep gardening and keep smiling throughout it all, as it does help a lot with mental health, and it helps me so much in what I do. So I hope you've enjoyed this little catch up. We are hopefully, like I said, back at the allotment tomorrow. So I'm going to be sharing tales from the allotment tomorrow and sharing what I've been getting up to. So stick around. Make sure you do give us a follow. If you've not listened to all my 300 episodes what are on here, crack 'em on. Have a listen to them. There's plenty of episodes for you to listen to on here. So until next time, remember, keep smiling, keep shining, and keep gardening with Ben, everybody. Until next time, we'll see you all later. And that wraps up another episode of Gardening with Ben. Thank you for joining me in this journey. Remember, every seed planted is a step towards a greener world, and every day is a chance to grow something beautiful. Keep nurturing your gardens and your souls. Until next time, I'm Gardening with Ben, reminding you to let your garden be your sanctuary. Happy gardening, and see you in the next episode. Remember, keep smiling, keep shining, and keep gardening with Ben.